Good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Yay. It's a great day to have a great day on here. Come on in if you're not here yet. If you haven't told everybody good morning, just share your love. Good morning, Andrew Greg. Thank you for sharing. Deirdre, thank you for sharing. Kathy Hand, good morning. It's so good. Just I know Miss Annie is hiding somewhere in the background. Good morning, Annie and Grayson. Okay, let's take some deep breaths in and do our heart-brain coherence. So hand on the heart. There's Julie Kiss. Good morning. Hand on the heart. And slow down the breathing. Love. That's our secret ingredient. And boy, do we know how to put that in there, don't we? So let's do it again. With a smile on your face, it magnifies incredible loving energy. So pull in that breath into your heart. Pull somebody in there with you. And just love on them. Just hold them in a tight. Feel your energy rise, your frequency, your vibration. Everything starts to go up, up, up. And then sigh that out. We're going to do one more. And we're going higher yet. So breathe it in. Feel your energy rise up above the clouds, up above the fog that's over the mountains. What are you right now? Just go higher and shine that light out for all the world to see. And then come back here where we have our Brandy girl that came in. Good morning, Brandy. I know, Brandy. I thought of you yesterday when I heard about that. I'm so sorry that happened where you are. And Blue, good morning. It's Noel's 85th birthday. I'm taking him out for breakfast this morning. Yesterday was my Noel's birthday, and they're off on a little adventure over to Asheville, where there's a lot of storm damage. I think they're going to see if maybe they can lend a helping hand or can do in that part of the world. There's our Annie son. Good morning, good morning. Oh, it's Thankful Tuesday. Give us some gratitude. What are you grateful for? Oh my gosh, I think it goes unsaid. I am so grateful for all of you. Cheers. Good morning, all of you who are just listening. You can long one, Annie. Well, I believe I sent it to you. So you should be in here now. All right, so well, happy 85th. And what's going on in everybody's world? What have you got to be thankful for today? I'm thankful that I woke up. I'm still taking breaths after all these years. Good morning, Kathleen. I am grateful for meditation last night at 7:45, and some of you were there. Thank you for coming into that and for it was saying to you, which was absolutely beautiful. And we'll do it again tonight. We're going to do it every night until the end of the year. So hopefully some of you on that one as well. 7:30, I'll open up the Zoom room, and at 7:45, we will do a meditation and listen to some beautiful music and see what inspires us and what comes through. Annie, there's breath in my lungs. I'm alive and blessed with my beauty. I love that, Annie. Leo, good morning. Good morning. It is a wonderful, thankful Tuesday, and I have coffee. I'm very. And Deirdre, you find out today if you get cleared for your next surgery in January. We're going to set that intention that that's going to happen. So there you go. Andrea, grateful for a loving dog to play with. Sweet. Well, I think you all might want to have story time, right? You want story time this morning? Okay, just seeing what Kuan Yin card wants to come for us today. Right. And then let's see what the message is from the angel. And Sally's watching. Sally and Tony, good morning to you. All right. The message from the angels is love wrapped in fur. Might appreciate this message. Dogs do, but only to those who know how to listen. That's a quote by Pamuk. There is a quiet in the gentle wag of a tail, the soft nuzzle against your hand, or the unwavering eyes staring up at you, brimming with love and understanding. Dogs, those divine companions on our life journey, have a language that transcends words. They are messengers, teaching through presence and offering lessons to those. I watched a documentary about dogs tonight. These dogs were being trained to be serving the handicapped. The dogs are put through serious training and need to be able to perform certain tasks that will enable the person they are assigned to. At the end of the training, the dogs were paired up with a person. I found myself very over the dogs who did not get chosen to be service dogs for various reasons. It was a triggered response in me of feeling left out. The dogs, however, had a beautiful experience awaiting them as some went to their foster family for adoption, others were used dogs, and some simply made great pets. No dog was left out. Dear angels, dogs embody its purest form. No judgment, no expectations, just boundless affection and unwavering loyalty. There is no room for resentment in their spirit, no tally of how much time you are away. They remind us that love is not about conditions or circumstances. It is about being present in the moment. When we open ourselves to this truth, we hear the voice of a dog whispering to us, love now, love without reservation. Dogs speak with their actions, and when we pay attention, their silent language becomes in opening our hearts. Dear ones, the animals in your life love you unconditionally, or struggling through your worst days. Their love never falters. They don't judge, hold grudge you to change. Tell a purring snug, the patient gaze of a loyal companion reminds you that true love is simple, constant, and pure. Imagine if you could love one another the same way, patience or judgment, the whole world would change. Just as animals trust with their whole hearts, you can choose within each other and embrace the beauty of your shared journey. We invite you to learn from them. Be the unconditional love, offering kindness, compassion, and acceptance freely. A more understanding, and just like your angels in fur, you can become a source of healing for one another. Love as they do, openly, without conditions. That is the greatest gift you can give to this world. As the psalm said, how many, O Lord, in wisdom, the earth is full of your creatures. Dear angels, today I promise to see others in my life with unconditional love. Can you make that promise? Can you make just this day? You know, that's all we have to commit to because that's all we have is right now. Can you make that promise to just be unconditional today? Just for today, I choose to look through the love. I choose not to judge. I choose instead just to be and allow others to be. So that's what the angels say. We're going to see what Kuan Yin had to say. And Sally is here. And sharing some love. We have Jim that came in. And grateful for feeling about 65% better this morning. She still has the extreme fatigue. Okay, well, let's see that dissipating and see your energy returning. Kathleen's thankful for long-term friends who are like family to me. Kathy Han, I'm thankful for my health, but facing another short-staffed day at work. I'm really tired of this. Plus, it appears there will be a change in mission. Please pray I will still be able to continue taking and affording it. Absolutely, Kathy. I'm going to pray for that. All right, so what does Kuan Yin have to say about unconditional love? Growing towards rebirth. It's easy to love the butterfly full of hope and emergence in new life. The path of the caterpillar may seem somewhat less blessed, yet without the butterfly it cannot be. Accept that so you can open up and receive that which is. This is the flow of life, growing towards rebirth. And yeah, at any we can change, right? We can shift. And as we take those shifts, one of these days you'll open your eyes in the morning and you'll say, thank you for this great day that's before me. And that's what happened to me. It looked different. It felt different. And I realized I had gone beyond a certain spot that I was stuck in because for years I just dreaded and having lessons in trust. And then all of a sudden it was like, this is a great day. What I need is going to be there in this day that I have before me. And it's just a shift. That's all it is. It's just changing and tweaking that little bit of perspective where we know, and we know that we weren't brought this far for us to just be on our butts. So trust, yeah, it is a big lesson. Andrea is saying yes to love, to be unconditional today. Oh, Andrea, you're so beautiful. Thank you for that. Brandy can promise to be unconditional today. Thank you, Brandy. Oh, I love this. And dear Deirdre, I've been making a conscious effort about love because that's who we are. Absolutely are. We were born made of love. We came in full of love. And we didn't know hate. We didn't know judgment. We didn't know hostility or anger or any of those things that we learned as we went through our experiences. We are pure love incarnate. We can go back to that innocence within us. Wow. Then we understand more fully about trust. We understand more fully about being unconditional. And Sally's promising unconditional love today. It's what heals. It's what Kuan Yin has told me now. Years that I've been working with her. And there was one just inspired thought, this inspired where she said, love is the energy that heals. And I didn't fully understand it at first. I got it. I got the message. And I'm thinking about it, but I still was stuck in my old definition of love. Love was something that looked different with different people and that felt different. I didn't get the whole message of what she was trying to say. That once we understand that love is the very core of our being, we are love. And when we can work our way back to that very initial birth moment, world just full of unconditional love, just like a dog. I think that's why a dog is God spelled backwards. At that very moment of birth, know unconditional love. And we spend our whole life trying to get back there. We spend experiences and in search of, instead of just allowing that love to freely flow. When we can break down the and say, I don't need that. I don't need to put up a wall. All I need is to open my heart. And for many, it's not that simple. I know I made it sound really simple, didn't I? But for many, there's been heart hurts, there's been abuse, there's been getting and being lied to. So for some thing that creates that wall, and it's a little harder to pull that wall down or break through a sledgehammer. But that's what's necessary to have unconditional love in our life. We have to let go of those things. We have to let go of the fact that, you know, some people are going to hurt. Some situations are going to be painful than others. And yeah, some people are not going to be honest. So we learn from those experiences. But the biggest lesson that we can learn is just to say, okay, I'm going to trust again. That spirit has my back. I'm going to trust that that person that needs to be there. I'm going to trust that I can open up and be the best I can be. Anybody else is showing to me or how they're showing up in the world. That is unconditional love. And that's what we can fall back to. And live in unconditional love towards all. Yeah. That's not always, I mean, we see our sandpaper people. We see those who drive us nuts. And I'm speaking right now from experience. There are those. No, I just would rather keep my distance from. But to be unconditional, then it does mean all, Sally, little three-letter word, right? We don't have to like what they say. We don't have to like what they do or how they show up. But we're not the judge. For us to judge anybody, to say they're right or they're wrong or they're bad or they're good, all we have to do is show up for us and be who we are in the world. Get back to that place of unconditional love in our heart. Watch what happens. Those sandpaper people, we're not changing them, but they're going to change in our perspective of them. You'll find what happens is because we're showing the unconditional love, we see them differently. And quote, that when we change, we look at things, the things we look at change. And it's not that they're acting any differently, exhibiting the exact same behavior. They may be saying the same words. They may be spewing hatred. They may be looking like the worst person that walked on the earth. That at them differently. And if we choose and we say our yes today, just for this day, that's all we're committing to. For this, I choose to show unconditional love. So then maybe that person that you don't want to have anything to do with, or just wanting to keep your distance, and you're not wanting to even hear somebody's voice, maybe over the news or social media, maybe it'll sound different this time. Maybe it'll look different this time. But it's not because of them. Yeah. Just like forgiveness has nothing to do with the other person. Forgiveness is contained in here, and it affects you. So it's a choice that we make every day. How am I going to show up in the world? How will I act towards others today? And can I promise of unconditional love for all? We can't be selective. We can't say, oh, that person is so great and so nice and so lovable. I love them no matter what. I love them unconditionally. But this other person, I can't do that. And when we say that, then we're not unconditional in our love. Who to put conditions on. And Sally says, I love them and step back and give them a chance to show otherwise. Yeah, well, that's part of that off, Sally. Just step back and love them. That's all. That's all you have to do. And then the next day, choose to be. It's a way of life. It's a way of showing up for you. And as I said, it really has nothing. It's all you and your rebirth into a beautiful, unconditional angel on earth, an earth angel. All right. Hope is watching. Hi, Hope. So, message. Who wants? I have recently met this beautiful angel, and she really had in my shoulder. And I went to see her yesterday and had some reflexology done. If you all have, I highly recommend it, especially by somebody who knows what they're doing, and feel amazing today, just absolutely amazing. But I gave her this book, and I just handed it to her, and she was so grateful and so beautiful. And she shared a story with me of how sometimes she has to hide her light because others don't understand that she's a spiritual being. She's going to honor that. But others, so hopefully this will bring her some comfort and some joy when she opens it to read it every day. And Sally says, aha moments today. Everything I've wondered about, like the highly sensitive people begging to fall a lot, beginning to fall a lot, explaining this all to me in rapid formations. It's a brain overlay. Oh, I get it, Sally. Yeah, if we just if we allow ourselves to be teachable, then we have the big leaps and bounds, don't we? Page 17 for the school shooting survivors. Okay, Brandy, you're not going to believe this. I turned right to page 17. I didn't have to flip and look for it. All right. Listen with your heart. Ask for advice from your spiritual team. It is best to step away and bring your focus to hearing instead of speaking. Know that fighting your battles is not about being right, but rather knowing what is right for you in the oneness. Wow. She just, or the angels just summed up last few minutes, didn't they? Listening with our hearts, not being so quick to judge but just observing, paying attention, being there, just being there. And, when there are these mass shootings, and especially the school shootings, we just have that tendency to judge that person. And it was wrong, and that I know the judgment too, but not loving act that she did, but just step away from the judging and see that in those families that now have to deal with grief and loss, those kids that were traumatized, and just stay in your high vibration of picking. It's essential to know that fighting your battles is not about being right, but rather knowing what is right for you in the oneness, feeling into the energy that we all are one, including those who do terrible acts. They are part of the oneness. I know that's hard for us. It's hard for us to comprehend it, just like it's hard for us to love those who seem unlovable. But the unconditional love of every person that's ever had life on this earth. And, we don't know what that person's path was, ours to judge. So I think that was a really good page, Brandy, and a good message for all of us to remember that when we're judging somebody for what they did, and there are some acts that people do during their lifetime, but our job is not to judge, it's to hold and to keep on loving and not be drawn into the low vibration of it, but to keep our vibration high. Hurt people, absolutely, Deirdre. And yes, Brandy, I think it was for everyone. It is sad that she was only 15 years old. And yeah, like I say, we don't know the stories. We don't know what that made her snap, but it's not ours to know, even. It's not ours to judge. We just send love, beautiful families, and those survivors. So thank you, Brandy, and love for your community as they deal with this. I know what that's like because we had Florida when I lived down there, and our Marbeth lived close to where there was a big school shooting in Parkland. You may remember that. So just keep loving, just keep lift the energy, and we'll put your part of the world, Brandy, where that happened. And Sally's asking for page 28 for more. Our Brookie and Dylan and Max. Hi, Max. All right, page 8. And then we'll go into our prayers after this. Spiritual growth often begins with questioning, exploring different and seeking the truth that resonates with your innermost being. By questioning, you deepen your understanding of your faith, explore the myths, and engage in a continuous journey of self discovery. Wow, we do. When we are open, remember I talked about how our hearts can have barriers and how we hold on to something in there and we say, I can't open my heart. I can't experience that hurting. I can't let somebody hurt me the way they've done before. That's closing off. But this begins with questioning and exploring different perspectives. I just spent another day about emotional empowerment. And one of the things that came up in trying to explore it and see when people are triggered by certain things. One of the ideas is to speak from the other person's perspective. That is questioning, that's opening, that's saying, okay, I'm not saying they're right, I'm not saying they're wrong. And sometimes just that little act, just doing that, will bring you to a different place and lift you higher. So, yeah, sometimes we just have to walk in somebody else's shoes to see where they're coming from, don't we? And Joanne, good morning. Joanne says, on the flip side of hurt people, so grateful for this group as we try to grow and better ourselves, healed people. I love that. Let's start using that because the more we turn our energy to a positive, the more positive we're going to experience in life. So healed people heal people. I love that. Goes right along with what Kuan Yin, love is the energy that heals. So that's what we're doing. We're just unconditionally loving. And that's the ask for the day is just the day. Just choose to be unconditional in love. Don't hold back because you're putting a condition on another person. You're wanting them to be perfect and full. So thank you. Thank you to all of you who chimed in about that discussion and are seeing what life's way too short to hold those conditions. Life's way too short to hold anger and hatred and shame and blame and all of those things is way too short. And if today was that day that you were leaving your human body, how would you want to be? How would you want to be remembered? Just think about that because we never know. We're not guaranteed anything. Okay, our beautiful daily prayer. And Sally said, I needed to hear that. Thank you not to react until I sit with it. I try to understand first. Absolutely. Thank you, Sally. Marietta, there's our sweetheart lady. Higher and higher as we rise up, up, up. And Brookie, thank you for typing that in again. Healed people, healed people. Goodness, Levi is 4 years. He was born right after the cup started. Oh, that sweet one. Sure, he looks all grown up. All right, here's our daily prayer that Deirdre shares with us. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia and world peace. Attention to human for all families living with addiction, and prayers to end the gun situation that's only in this country. Thank you, dear. Yes, we have a long way to go. We're learning lessons, and hopefully we're learning the lessons. And anything else? Brandy says, I'd like to be remembered as a kind, loving person who made others feel happy and loved. stop and reflect and say, you know, how do I want others to see me? Do I want them to see that light, spiritual light that's inside this human form? Or do I want them to remember me because I was, and I didn't give of myself and I didn't to love? I have a favorite person in that she was a grandmother-in-law, but she was so beautiful. I just saw the beauty in her, saw the judgment, and I saw her go to her grave holding resentment and anger. That hurt me when I realized that she wasn't going to let go of it. But so I remember her in a bitter way, but I just honored her for the love that was in her. And Sally is our prayers for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, the unloved, the homeless, and for all people living in fear of. And some of those homeless are really angels, they're earth angels. And if we open our eyes, we'll see that. We'll see that they're not scum, like some like to call them. They're not beggars. Maybe people that are down on their luck. There may be people that choose that way of life. So, yes, let's hold our homeless, especially them. It's getting to be kind of cold out there, and it could be a cruel winter for those who don't have the means to take shelter and be. All right, let's go into our hearts. And if you have anybody in your life that you want to put into the prayer circle, please do so. Let's remember our Deirdre as she's preparing for another surgery. Remember Charlie? I spoke with Charlie yesterday, and they've been doing some procedures, and they're talking about sending him to rehab and he's hoping that'll happen sooner rather than later. Checking on him and giving you all progress reports. Let's lift up my beautiful sister Billy and my sister Gary, going through some hard times right now. It's dating without a loved one in physical form is really not an easy thing to experience. Noelle and Bob, both of them, they're traveling and away from home right now, and sweet little Magi she's really missing them this time. For sometimes when they go away, this one feels a little different to her for some reason. So anyone else that you want to put in the I know we have that long list, so we always lift up everyone that's on the list. But if you want to put yourself in there, Brandy, lifting you up for physical healing. Sally, most definitely putting you there for continued strength, and that you're going to in that 65%. So thank you for putting my, and Joanne, prayers for my daughter Jackie as she continues to believe in herself and keeps moving forward in a positive way. Yes, that's in that, and set that happen. Okay, so let's go into our hearts, and if you're somebody that you just want to hold in your heart, you don't want to put them, it's okay. But just hold them in your heart as we so with our breath, just take in that beautiful breath. If you want to keep your eyes open and look at the fine, these beautiful flames, feel the warmth and when we live others. And yes, I see you, Mary, praying for you and your family. Let's just breathe love into our heart center and just flames that continue to rise. Let's let our vibration and our frequency rise, going up beyond this 3D world, going beyond the foot, and heading higher and higher yet as we meet up with our higher self. Choose to say to your higher self today. Just sit with that for a moment. Would you make a commitment? Would you make a promise? Maybe that came up earlier of unconditional love, that just for today, we can ask for help from our higher self. Experience today, we show unconditional love to. Every animal we show love to. Every situation we pour love into it. Or anger, or irritation and frustration. Let's throw all of that out the window. And just for today, moments that we're having, we're choosing to open our hearts. We're choosing to show that it knows that we are unconditional love. So breathe in that love, breathe in the light, and sit with. If there's any word coming from your higher self that might help you to not judge things as right or wrong, or good or bad. Just enough to see them for what they are, to allow you to have that bit of spiritual growth in this day. Looking at each person, child that they are at their heart, coming in a beautiful being of love and light. Now let's go higher. Rise up a bit higher where you can experience the love of the angels. Maybe you hear them singing. Just listen. Feel into their energy. Archangel Raphael is the angel of air. So if you, or maybe a touch on your cheek, or your arm, or your hand, you just feel an elevated presence by you. Just say thank you. Thank you, Raphael, for helping me heal in all aspects. Thank you for the feeling that's needed in my life. Emotional healing. Thank you for helping me have a different perspective. And now move higher yet. And as we go further, we're going to take each one that has been named today, each one that we have on our list, and let's bring all of those names, all those situations, places, and let's just lay them down. We don't need them. We did our job. We showed up. We gathered the loved on, and we're putting everyone that's hearing this into that list and leaving it right there with the Creator. We don't have to take it back with us. Once you leave it, clear your energy of it. Love it unconditionally. The Creator does, and ask that each request be seen, acknowledged, and answered for the best. And thank you. Thank you to the Divine for helping us out here on this 3D experience. Thank you for embracing us just as we are. No judgment, just love. And let us strive in each given moment that we have today. Let us just love. So now come back here and let's love on each other. Just like we loved on all those who asked for more additional love, we're going to give that love, shine our lights out. So I'm going to change the music to Leo and have him full morning cup of joy as we say, thank you, I love you.
It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on.
Come on, come on.
It's a beautiful day.
Thank you, Andrea.
Might as well be part of it.
Oh, thank you, Sally and Tony. We love you. Beautiful violet flame full of unconditional love. Indeed.
Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe called the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peace and
Magi. Magi, hello.
morning cup full of joy every day.
Thank you, Deirdre.
High vibe called the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peace
Thank
and
you, Kathleen.
thank you, I love you, namaste.
Hey, Jim. Magi, where are you? Come on, sweet girl. Come on, sweet girl. Come here. Yes, people want to say good morning to you. Oh. Say good morning. Can you say hello, please? Say hello to the peace. Good job. Oh, look, who's that? It's a doggy.
Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe called the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peace and
Leo went into fast forward. I don't know if we can keep up with you, Leo. And full of joy. Thank you, Joanne. Andy. Oh, I certainly will. She's such a love bug. And she's ready for her. Thank you, Brookie. Align, allow. The song today.
Morning cup full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe called the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Hey, y'all.
Cup of joy, cup of joy.
All right, who's going to help? See if he can make it. Out. love. Thank you, Andrea. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you for being who you are and being a beautiful part of this family. And if anyone can join in tonight, if you have a desire to come in with us and meditate, we're on for about half an hour if you come in at 7:45, and we'll do a meditation. We'll listen to some beautiful music and some inspiration that comes through for all of us. We meditate for peace in our world, for love in our lives. Just come be with us. Namaste, y'all.